To enter this month's giveaway of the Windows $10 gift card, all you have to do is stay subscribed to the channel. That is all. Good luck guys and enjoy the video. What's up guys, SeanEDawgz here, and if you are brand new to my best class setup series, how it works is I take each and every gun in the game, and for the most part I will give you two different setups for the gun, an unsilenced and a silenced version, because I know people have different playstyles. Some people like to go for nukes and different things like that. So let's get straight into it. The FHR is one of the weakest guns in Infinite Warfare, and you won't be seeing a lot of people using it. However, it really is not that bad. When the game first released, it was pretty terrible. It had so much recoil, it was almost unmanageable, and it also runs out of ammo very quickly with that super fast fire rate and the terrible accuracy. Recently, however, I decided to use this weapon and I was pleasantly surprised. While I was using it, I saw a noticeable drop in the recoil. They definitely buffed this gun. I was killing people at a decent range and it seemed really good. Now I wouldn't say this is like an elite tier weapon, but it still is pretty good. I'd say better than more than half of the guns in the game. If you are on a small map like Frontier, this is probably your best bet. I actually got one of my first nukes ever with this weapon, not an MV4, which may surprise some of you because you never see me run a submachine gun, but one of the main downfalls of this weapon is that accuracy. So what I do to combat this is I make sure I have grip on. If you are not using grip on this weapon, you will not be hitting anything outside of 15 feet. It just isn't going to happen. I'm also using extended mag because I do believe this is the fastest firing weapon in the game, and it's going to run out of ammo very quickly. Now my third attachment, I do usually run 3 attachments on submachine guns, is quick draw. That's pretty self-explanatory. I use that on pretty much every single gun because if you can outdraw your opponent, chances are you're going to kill them. It is a very good attachment to have for winning gunfights. Now for my perk setup, it is my usual perk setup, nothing new here. I'm doubling up on perk 1. I use Ghost and Overclock. You can definitely substitute Overclock for something else. Maybe you don't use the rewind ability like me and you need Scavenger, so you maybe need 2 perk 2s or something. But I use Ghost to stay off the radar. I think it's the second best perk in the game because when you're off the radar you can actually hit flanks, and I use Overclock to get my rewind faster to save my life because I like going on high score streaks. For perk 2, I run Hardline, again because I like going on score streaks. I like to get them very quickly. This is one that you can also substitute out. Like I said, you can use Scavenger. Maybe you like to use equipment or grenades. Go ahead and do that. This isn't set in stone. And lastly, for my third perk, you will hear me say this 500,000 times. The most crucial perk in the game is Dead Silence. This allows you to actually hit flanks without getting pre-aimed. You won't be stomping around like an elephant, and it will allow you to elevate your game. Something that I have noticed while using the submachine guns in this game, I really do not like the silenced versions. With the assault rifles, I feel like the silencer almost makes the gun better. With the submachine guns, it is not nearly the same. I feel like it has a massive reduction in the damage range and it just makes the gun into a pea shooter. You'll definitely want to make sure you are on a small map if you decide to use this weapon with a silencer, because I feel like it renders the gun almost useless. I'm actually using a crazy class for this weapon. I'm only running 1 perk and that's Dead Silence. Every single thing else on the class is an attachment. I'm running the same 3 attachments from before, my grip, my quick draw, and extended mags. And I also have on there the silencer and the rifled barrel. The silencer obviously so the gun's silenced, but the rifled barrel is there to extend the damage range that the silencer now destroys. And even with all these attachments, although it does make the gun better, I still did feel a lot more comfortable with the unsilenced version. But that's just me. I'm not really a submachine gun kind of guy, and the silencer just doesn't gel with me. Now, the variants for this weapon are actually really interesting because I cannot even pick out a best one. The epic variant gives you increased ammo, which is always good to have. Maybe you won't have to use that extended mags. And it also gives you a portion of your health when you kill enemies. It's really not that much. It's not like a deal breaker. But then the legendary variant You can get nukes with it, and it has reduced hip spread, which is actually really good for submachine guns because you'll be up close and personal. So it's already a tough decision between these two variants. And then the rare variant gives you increased damage range, which is another really good thing. But then the common variant gives you reduced recoil. So all of these things are really, really good. I would prefer if maybe a variant had 2 of those things on it, but each of these have one really good trait. So it really is up to you. If you don't want to spend the salvage, that common variant is really good. Reduced recoil, that's like the main fault of the gun, and this will help out with that. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for this class setup. This gun is really fun to use, especially on the smaller maps. It can melt, probably has the fastest time to kill, but only within like 5 to 10 feet, and it's wildly inconsistent. You can't really rely on it for too much. That's why I consider it more of a fun gun to use rather than an elite weapon. But anyways, if you do enjoy this video and found it helpful, be sure to drop a like, comment down below with any thoughts or questions you may have, and as always, subscribe to the channel if you are new for some more great videos. Peace.